there, I'm Tracy Smith, and this is Here Comes the Sun, a closer look at some of the people, places, and things we bring you every weekend on Sunday morning. Jeff Bridges' career on screen started before he was even a year old. He'd go on to fame and fortune, of course, but Ben Mankiewicz found out that his life, especially these last 2 years, hasn't come without its challenges.
He's a leading man
Heard you might be here.
with the soul of a character actor. He can be a hero, a villain, a statesman,
I'm the dude.
or a stoner.
I think as a creative people, I think as artists, our task is to get hooked. I love getting hooked when I do.
If it seems Jeff Bridges leads a charmed life, consider the devastating 1-2 punch thrown at him during the pandemic.
You've had a couple of years.
Yeah, I've been away for a while with the cancer and the COVID and the whole thing, yeah.
More from Ben's fascinating chat with Jeff Bridges coming up a little later in the show.
Most actors I talk to say that, when they see their stuff, hard to watch sometimes. They don't, most actors don't go home and check out their own resume, right? But it's a little different with you and Lebowski. That one gets you.
Yeah, there is sort of a home movie quality when I look at my movies because you remember all sorts of things besides the story that's being told there in front of you. And I'll watch a couple of scenes and then, turn the channel or something. But with Lebowski, it's kind of like The Godfather will do that to me too. You say, I wonder what the next scene, oh yeah, and that's gonna happen, let me see it. And you get hooked, I get hooked now.
Then it's a cold world out there. David Pogue with a look at McDonald's enigmatic ice cream machines.
So how many McDonald's ice cream machines would you guess are broken right now? 2%? 4%?
19% of them were down in San Diego, 28% in New York City. That's according to McBroken.com, a website designed to track the machines in real time.
We're not serving ice cream right now.
Broken McDonald's ice cream machines have become a national punchline.
I feel like they should just make the machine one of their mascots. Just be like, hi kids, I'm McFlurry, the ice cream machine that's too sick to work.
McDonald's says that rumors of their breakdowns are greatly exaggerated, but even they have poked fun at the problem. In 2020, the company tweeted, "We have a joke about our soft serve machine, but we're worried it won't work."
That's all coming up right here on Here Comes the Sun. Careers in cinema don't burn much brighter than that of Jeff Bridges. He's been a leading man since the 70s, a 7-time Oscar nominee, a 1-time winner, and the dude from The Big Lebowski. Ben Mankiewicz met up with him in California to talk about the Hollywood highs and more recent personal lows that have given the actor a fresh perspective.
This is our big scene, man, where your mark is.
On a spring day in Santa Barbara, Jeff Bridges is having fun, turning a backyard
We can't be looking at our mark.
into an acting studio with a woefully unprepared student.
Okay, now we're supposed to be talking, supposed to be kind of natural, man.
Right, totally.
Look, that was very nice, that gesture.
At 72, Bridges is a star with a singular brightness. 7 times an Oscar nominee,
Jeff Bridges in Crazy Heart.
winning Best Actor for Crazy Heart. He's a leading man
Heard you might be here.
with the soul of a character actor. He can be a hero, a villain, a statesman,
I'm the dude.
or a stoner.
I think as a creative people, I think as artists, our task is to get hooked. I love getting hooked when I do.
Getting hooked is easy when the bug is in your blood. Born to actors Lloyd Bridges and Dorothy Simpson, his mom knew how to get a good performance out of him right from the get-go. At less than a year old, in a 1951 drama, The Company She Keeps.
And Jane Greer's, holding me, and I'm a happy baby. I'm smiling at her, like this. And I'm supposed to cry in the scene. And Jane says, "Oh, I don't want the baby to cry." My mom says, "Oh, just pinch him." Yeah, just pinch his foot there a little bit. I started to cry.
8 years later, Bridges shared the small screen with his dad in the hit CBS TV series Sea Hunt. A lesson then guides him today.
I can remember sitting me on his bed and, teaching me all the basics. Don't just say your lines because listen to what I'm saying and react off that,
Another acting role model was in the next room, his brother Beau Bridges, older by 8 years. Bolder, too.
Beau came up with a great idea. We rented a flatbed truck and would pull into a supermarket, and our father taught us how to stage fight. People would gather around, try to break us up, and then we go, "No, it's a show!"
Hey, we go to Mexico. Be back sometime Monday.
Jeff's breakout film came in 1971, The Last Picture Show. Big studio offers followed, including Thunderbolt and Lightfoot opposite Clint Eastwood. Bridges, amazingly, told director Michael Cimino he wasn't right for the part.
"I don't know why you hired me, man. I'm not this guy." He said, Jeff, you know the game tag? I said, yeah. He said, "You're it."
He's been it ever since, in Against All Odds, Starman, Jagged Edge, Iron Man, True Grit, Hell or High Water, and of course, The Big Lebowski.
It's such a good movie. I mean, it's so well written.
That's just like your opinion, man.
And executed from all this, it's so wonderful when that happens.
If it seems Jeff Bridges leads a charmed life, consider the devastating 1-2 punch thrown at him during the pandemic.
You've had a couple of years.
Yeah, I've been away for a while with the cancer and the COVID and the whole thing,
The whole thing he's talking about began when he went to see a doctor after experiencing some pain.
I better get this checked out. And I go in and get a CAT scan and find out I have a 9 by 12 inch mass in my stomach. Lymphoma.
A cancer diagnosis was blow number 1. Number 2 came when Bridges and his wife Susan tested positive for COVID-19. Susan spent 5 days in the hospital. Jeff, 5 weeks.
Oh, man, what a journey.
What happened?
Well, couldn't breathe. And it's the amazing pain for not being able to breathe.
You have moments where you think, well, this might be it.
Oh, the doctors, my wife would ask, "Is he going to die?" And they say, "We're doing the best we can." They wouldn't reassure that it was all going to be fine. My doctors were saying, "Jeff, you got to fight, man. You're not fighting. You got to fight." And I said, "What are you talking about, man? I'm in surrender mode, man. I mean, we're all going to die, man. Come on. We're all going to get sick, and die, and your friends are going to die. That's part of it."
I imagine you thought about your family a bunch?
Oh, yeah. Dealing with problems, what's right in front of you. And those turned out to be, well, that's life. That's the way, that's what's in front of me. And isn't it beautiful?
This was particularly beautiful. Bridges made a pledge to dance with his daughter at her wedding.
When I started getting better, my goal was walking Haley down the wedding aisle. I get to walk her down, but I did a little wedding dance, and it was really, really terrific.
His cancer now in remission, Jeff credits his wife Susan giving him the resolve to stay strong.
I was going to say 45, typical Hollywood marriage.
So wonderful. Oh, man.
Where'd you meet her?
In Montana, making a movie. I have a photograph of the first words that I ever said to my wife, and first words she said to me, "Will you go out with me?" "No." And click, the guy took the picture, and wow, it's my prized possession.
Hello?
Hey, kid, it's me. They found me.
He's back at work, too, on a TV series starring in The Old Man on FX. It's a richly drawn character, a former CIA operative pulled back in.
He's a guy who's getting along in age. He's not sure about his sanity and his past. Let's say it's interesting.
2022 is shaping up as a much better year for Jeff Bridges. he's got a new role and a fresh perspective.
During my illness, we so often say, that's not really what I wanted. I wanted more of this, But just being alive, seeing, hearing, feeling, touching. If COVID had taught us anything, it's taught us that we're all in this together, man. We're all connected, And to feel that connection in the form of love coming at you, that's something else.
More with Jeff Bridges coming up in just a few minutes. But up next, the saga of McDonald's ice cream machines that might leave you saying, that's out of order.
Why? The ice cream machine is always down!
Our next story isn't about a spy movie or government surveillance, but it does take us inside a shadowy world of lawsuits, allegations, and espionage, all about McDonald's ice cream machines. Here's David Pogue.
You'll have no trouble buying burgers at McDonald's, but ice cream is another story.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you?
Can I just get an ice cream cone?
I'm sorry, we actually don't have any ice cream at the moment.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Okay, go back. So how many McDonald's ice cream machines would you guess are broken right now? 2%? 4%? This past week, 19% of them were down in San Diego, 28% in New York City. That's according to McBroken.com, a website designed to track the machines in real time.
We're not serving ice cream right now.
Broken McDonald's ice cream machines have become a national punchline.
I feel like they should just make the machine one of their mascots. Just be like, hi kids, I'm McFlurry, the ice cream machine that's too sick to work.
McDonald's says that rumors of their breakdowns are greatly exaggerated, but even they have poked fun at the problem. In 2020, the company tweeted, "We have a joke about our soft-serve machine, but we're worried it won't work." For decades, Illinois-based Taylor was the exclusive supplier of soft-serve and shake machines to McDonald's.
This is very similar to the McDonald's ice cream machine they use in the U.S.
Okay. Jeremy O'Sullivan got to know these machines in 2011 when he and his partner Melissa Nelson founded a line of frozen yogurt kiosks. They call the Taylor machines finicky and over-engineered.
Okay, what about this? BRL greater than 41F after SL. Just tell me what BRL means.
Now, just because a machine is down doesn't mean it's actually broken. It might just be going through its mandatory, daily, 4-hour pasteurizing sequence.
And each step in that process has to be done and executed in a certain amount of time, or the whole thing fails, and it needs to restart.
I come in the morning and it would say, what?
Heat cycle fail.
O'Sullivan even claims that the fragile design is intentional, so Taylor can rake in repair fees.
A McDonald's employee is supposed to pick up the phone, ring, ring, call a Taylor technician, hey, please come out. We really want to pay Taylor another $500 for repairs.
Well, that may not be especially true. Taylor declined an on-camera interview, but said by email, Taylor does not make any money off of servicing its machines. All repairs to Taylor machines are handled by a network of independent distributors. Although that may not be completely true either. Taylor charges those technicians for training costs, and about 25% of the company's revenue comes from selling replacement parts. What did you guys come up with that could help with this situation?
We created Kitch, which is a little tiny computer that attaches to the front panel of the machine, and it decrypts very complicated messages that your typical employee may not understand.
Oh, this is it right here.
Exactly.
Okay. So this would say HPR greater than 41 SL. What would the Kitch message say that's more helpful than that?
Maybe something as simple as like this. This hopper heated up because you left the lid off.
The Kitch device also offers some remote control.
This machine turns off. You're at home. Kitch lets you know.
From your phone, you could restart the machine.
Absolutely.
The founders say the Kitch add-on was a hit with McDonald's owners and even got a thumbs up from the head of the franchise owner's equipment team.
And I really think that this device can reduce complexity in your restaurants and help drive cash flow by having our machines up.
But unbeknownst to Kitch, Taylor had been developing its own similar device and was studying the Kitch to mimic its features. One Taylor executive emailed, "So how can we do the same thing Kitch is doing?" Then, in late 2020, McDonald's emailed the owners of all 13,000 franchises.
It said, don't use Kitch.
It essentially said that Kitch could cause serious human injury.
How would that happen?
Well, one, it's completely untrue.
The memo suggested that the Kitch remote control feature could make the machine start running while someone was cleaning or maintaining it, endangering employees' fingers. But that may not exactly be true either.
All these dangerous parts that are inside the machine, when you remove the door, Kitch can't operate. Nothing can happen.
The only danger that Kitch ever proposed was to Taylor's bottom line.
After the McDonald's memo, business dried up and Kitch shut down. The founders are now suing Taylor and McDonald's for millions of dollars.
Reverse engineering is not illegal. I mean, it's dirty pool, but it's not illegal.
There is a bunch of stuff in here that is super illegal. You can't say something is dangerous when it's not dangerous.
So it's mainly about false advertisement, interfering with our business expectancy.
McDonald's also declined an interview, but said by email that the Kitch device is unauthorized equipment, which Kitch never submitted to McDonald's for safety testing. McDonald's calls the lawsuit meritless, and Taylor says it's built on false allegations. But until the lawsuits conclude, Taylor has put its own device on ice. So for now, we can all look forward to more moments like these.
Why? The ice cream machine is always down!
You know, I think there's an illusion that you just need to work really hard and build a great mousetrap. And take it from people who built a better mousetrap and were naive enough to think, oh my gosh, they're gonna love our solution. Not the case.
But the gift of being alive is there all the time for you, you know.
We close the show with more from Jeff Bridges. Stay with us. Welcome back. Once again, here's Ben Mankiewicz and Jeff Bridges.
You got lymphoma and you're in the hospital for 5 weeks with COVID there.
Yeah.
What were those moments like where you think, oh, crap, I might not leave here?
Do you ever get a present from somebody, like your parents, for instance, and you told them what you wanted, you know, and they gave you something else, and you said, oh, I'm supposed to smile, oh, thank you, this is so wonderful, but inside you're going, oh, that's not the thing I really wanted, damn it. And, you know, who would think, gee, I'd really like some cancer and maybe a little dose of COVID. That would really cheer me up. You know, think of those things. But the gift of being alive is there all the time for you, you know.
Were you scared?
A little bit at times. At times, but then that would pop about, oh, ooh, look at that fear. Wow, I've never felt like this before. Ooh, interesting, okay, here we go.
And obviously, you still have to deal with cancer, and you deal with some long-haul COVID symptoms. But you're out on the other side. Do you still have that appreciation, or is it dissipated and you're back to how it was before?
It dissipates a little bit. It gets kind of digested, but it is in my brain pad. You know, I do remember those feelings, and when I'm in an unusual or awkward or painful situation, those times will come back to me, and I'll just open the present, man.
Most actors I talk to say that, when they see their stuff, hard to watch sometimes. They don't, most actors don't go home and check out their own resume, right? But it's a little different with you and Lebowski. That one gets you.
Yeah, there is sort of a home movie quality when I look at my movies, because you remember all sorts of things besides the story that's being told there in front of you. And I'll watch a couple of scenes and then, turn the channel or something. But with Lebowski, it's kind of like The Godfather will do that to me too. You say, I wonder what the next scene, oh yeah, and that's gonna happen, let me see it. And you get hooked, I get hooked.
You, in your lifetimes, you became a star in the 70s, bigger star in the 80s, and then the Lebowski changed everything again, takes you to this other plane, right? When you have a cult movie like that. But this has been an era when a lot of big stars that didn't happen in the 70s. You know, you didn't see big stars, movie stars doing television. But now it's different, right? TV is so good. But you hesitated. There was no, you didn't do a television show until you did The Old Man right before COVID.
Yeah, well, like I say, I resist, man. That's my MO, you know. In the resistance, in this instance, doing some TV, it looked like, I remember my dad doing 7 series, you know. And I saw how hard he worked for that and how the time, you know, the schedule, you had to do your best work. And so you really had to not only do the work, but then prepare, you know, for the next thing. And it was crazy. So that was one of the things I had anxiety about. But at the same time, I was looking at all the stuff on the TV, and it was just wonderful, high quality stuff.
So what drew you to The Old Man?
Oh,
why now?
So yeah, well, I'm in my resistant mode, and I get a script, and I don't know how to read it, and I tell my wife the title, and she says, oh yeah, your buddy Tim Stack gave you that book a couple of years ago. You didn't read it. I said, oh yeah, that's right. He really loved that. I'll read it. You know, read the script. I said, oh, that's a good story. But it's TV, and so am I going to meet with the guys? I always resist meeting with the guys because...
The guys meaning the network?
No, the producer and the director and the writer, because I love jamming. When you're in the jam with this night, so you get another creative person, you get excited, you know, and I knew I didn't want to put myself in that place.
Because then you do it.
Because then I might do it, you know, and then... So I resist. Finally, I meet with John Steinberg and Warren Littlefield, Dan Schatz, and they start telling me their approach. And I'm saying, oh, that sounds good. And then the cast starts to fall in place. You know, John Lithgow, you know, Amy Brenneman. Oh. So, you know, I'm lured. You know, and now I'm excited. And like, you know, what you hope for, you know, the experience transcends all your expectations. It was just wonderful working with all those guys.
I can be pretty tough on shows, but I think that the last, you know, whatever, since The Sopranos, so the last 24 years has been the greatest run of television ever. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, you guys aren't paying me. There's nothing. I could have not liked the show, and I will tell you that the first 3 episodes that I've seen of The Old Man, this is as good as TV gets. As good as it gets.
Oh man! Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear. Thanks so much, Ben.
Yeah. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, man.
I'm Tracy Smith. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you here next time on Here Comes the Sun.